Hello and welcome to Woodbridge, the best town around. My name is John McCormick. I'm the mayor of this great town, and we're here tonight to do something we do frequently, which is honor and recognize police officers in the best police department in the state of New Jersey for life-saving heroic efforts. In this case, I would like to call up Police Officer Stephanie Lage, Detective Eric Manresa, and Police Officer Russell Van Loo. Please come up. All three have a proclamation, but I'll read Stephanie's, but it says the same for everybody. Whereas the Woodbridge Township Police Department, nationally acclaimed by the Commission on Accreditation of Law Enforcement Agencies, maintains the mission to provide the highest level of public safety and commitment to the community. And whereas Police Officer Stephanie Lage, a 5-year veteran assigned to the Radio Patrol Division, has demonstrated a commitment to policing public safety and law enforcement in her service to the community. Officer Stephanie Lage, while assigned responsibilities at the Mayor's Summer Concert Series on July 9, 2024, received a report that an adult female concert goer was suffering a medical emergency. Officer Lage located the patient who had suffered a seizure and immediately determined that the patient had no pulse. Officer Lage, in concert with Officer Eric Manresa, initiated and administered CPR. Simultaneously, Officer Van Loo, a New Jersey State certified EMT, arrived on location and assisted in transferring the patient to the ambulance and attending to the patient while en route to Robert Wood Johnson Hospital. Whereas collectively, Officers Lage, Manresa, and Van Loo utilized their training and experience to administer emergency medical procedures, which successfully stabilized the patient to allow her to regain consciousness and undergo treatment by hospital medical professionals. Officer Lage, Van Loo, and Manresa are hereby recognized for their commitment and dedication to duty and public safety and honored before the Woodbridge Township Police Department, officers, peers, family, and community. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I do these a lot. In this case, I was there watching this unfold. And I'm telling you, I was so amazingly impressed with the professionalism and the quick action. So what happened was, I think Councilman Ficarra was sitting near them and saw it, and he went to look for the PD, but Stephanie was already there, and everything was right behind her. Russell came later and helped with the transport and everything. It was an amazing effort. And no sooner did I find out about it and go look for the PD, and I saw them giving compressions. That's how quick this was. And I'm telling you, this woman was blue. She had no pulse. She wasn't breathing. Whether you say she was clinically deceased or not, I don't know. I'm not a medical professional, but if not, darn close to it. And these three police officers are responsible for someone being alive today because of their quick action. And I do these all the time, like I say, but I saw this one. It was so amazing to watch them in action. And then when it was all over, they just go back to their posts and they're just doing what they're doing like nothing happened. So their humility was amazing. I'm praising them. I went up on stage at right after intermission. They already did a song. I said, too bad I'm getting up there. And I said, here's what happened, folks, 'cause everybody saw it. And everybody wanted to know what happened to the lady. So when I said she wasn't in real good shape until a few minutes later, and she was back with the pulse, breathing, there was a huge round of applause for these officers. And I got to tell you how proud I was to firsthand see something I talk about all the time, which is life-saving efforts for the Woodbridge Township, from the Woodbridge Township Police Department. So congratulations to all three of you. Greg, do you want to add anything to this?
No, when craziness was going on, they were calm as cucumbers. We did a good job. It was really great. Good job.
Anybody else? Councilman Small, as a former Woodbridge police officer, you know exactly what they went through. If you want to say a few words.
Yes, for sure. You know, it isn't an easy job to do, first of all, but whenever you get to save a life, it really makes a big difference. And like the mayor said, you know, once it was done, EMS came, you just walked away and did what you had to do. But rumor has it out there that, you know, aside from there being thousands of people there and this chaos, that there was like a cheerleader hovering over Eric and Steph going, do it, you can do it, you can do it. Might have been the mayor. So he really cheered him on, but job well done. We're all proud of you. Thank you.
I don't like putting officers on the spot. Well, yes, I do. Anybody, the three of you want to say anything? Russell, you got to say, so you're a certified EMT. So you were probably the right guy to be the third one on the scene, because when the ambulance, you were a very big help to the people in the ambulance, the workers, with your level of knowledge, level of training, and level of experience. You made a real difference. Once these two got her to the ambulance, you kind of kept it going, and she got to the hospital alive, and from there, the hospital and doctors took over. You want to say anything? Probably not. Come on, man.
I'm just saying, it is a team effort. It's not one person or another. Obviously, there's us up here, but there were other officers, plenty more that were there. It's a big team effort. As an EMT, I'd just like to step in and give that extra little helping hand, a little extra training and experience I may have, and just help out where I can fit in and, do my job.
Great. And he's an Eagle Scout, so his first aid and emergency preparedness experience started back when he was 11 years old. Eric, would you like to say a few words?
I'm just grateful that we have great coworkers that all helped that evening, some that aren't even here, and also grateful for the township always giving us good training, continuing training, and being out with a successful outcome. So thank you.
Right, Stephanie? You gotta do nothing.
Come on, Steph.
All right, well, anybody from the council, anybody else want to say anything? If not, I'll call up our police director, Bob Hubner, to speak on behalf of the police department.
Thanks, Mayor. The mayor gives out a lot of proclamations, but I can tell you that the most proclamations given out are for life-saving. And last year alone, 26 officers were honored for life-saving. This year, 11, including a great job, and it's always good if you do it in front of the mayor. So,
Don't make it happen.
Congratulations.
We're also joined by Deputy Police Director Joe Niski, Council President Kyle Anderson, at large, 3rd Ward Councilman Corey Spiller, Port Riding and Avenel. To his right, 5th Ward Councilwoman Debbie Meehan, covering Colonia. To her right, Councilwoman Lisbeth DeJesus, at large. To her right, Councilman Howie Bauer, 2nd Ward for Ford, Soul Point, and Caseby. To his right, you heard from Councilman at large Brian Small. To his right, 4th Ward Councilman Vera Patel, covering Island and Menlo Park Terrace. And to his right, Greg Ficara, Councilman at large. So anybody else want to say anything on the council? No? If-
Thank you very much for acting so quickly and swiftly and showing everyone really what police work is all about every day. It's another day in the office in a large township like that, another day out in the field. The township is large as Woodbridge, but we never know what you guys are doing, but we appreciate everything that you do.
That is the first time I got to see a life-saving action in action, and I was so incredibly proud and so incredibly impressed by the job that you all did. So congratulations, and now let's take some pictures. This one's for you. Okay, I'd now like to call up Jimmy Steve Nunez. Jimmy is the latest Woodbridge Township police officer, and he's here today to be sworn in. And after seeing that, do you feel the pressure of joining the Woodbridge Township PD? A little bit? Well, when you're trained like they are, and when you're given the experience and get the experience that they have, you have nothing to worry about because it'll come natural to you. Officer Jimmy Steve Nunez, 26, is a lifelong resident of the Avenel section of Woodbridge Township. Officer Nunez is a graduate of Colonia High School, where he served as vice president of his graduating class. Officer Nunez obtained a bachelor's degree in criminal justice from Rutgers University. Officer Nunez graduated from Mercer County Police Academy and was employed as a police officer with the New Jersey Transit Police Department since 2021. Officer Nunez will take up assignment with the Radio Patrol Division. Mr. Mitch, Township Clerk, will now swear in Officer Nunez. Feel free to invite your family up to hold the Bible.
Do you, Jimmy Nunez, solemnly swear that you'll support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, that you will bear faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people? You will faithfully, impartially, and justly enforce all the laws and perform all the duties of the office of police officer according to the best of your ability, so help you God. Congratulations.
Congratulations very much. Now, I'd like to ask Director Hubner to say a few words.
Well, first, I'd like to give him this badge. I'd just like to welcome to the Woodbridge Police Department. You know, he does come with us, to us with experience from New Jersey Transit, so we expect that he's going to hit the ground running. I always like when we swear new officers in, the same night we give them proclamations, because it gives them an opportunity to see the caliber of officers he's going to get to work with. I'd like to thank the mayor for keeping the police department strong, and the council for being here, supporting us as you always do. Congratulations.
I know you're from Colonia, Councilwoman Debbie Meehan knows you and your family, and she'd like to say a few words.
So congratulations, Jimmy. I know you're going to make a fine officer. We're really proud to have you on with the best force around. I know I am always marveled at the amazing job all of our police officers do. My son is now also a Woodbridge police officer, and I just have such, I don't know, I'm all emotional. But I just think with your job, you do an amazing job, and it proved tonight by the awards that were given out. And it's not an easy job, and you do it well, and you do it with grace. And I wish you a long, a wonderful career. Congratulations.
Officer, Councilwoman Lisbeth DeJesus would like to say a few words.
Thank you. Congratulations. I think tonight just proves how special our police department is, and this is one of the nights that we really like to be at and celebrate with you. The job that you do, and sometimes we take for granted, not realizing that you do it day to day. You're new to our police department, and it's a great experience for you to see the job that they do, but also to realize that you're coming into a department where you're going to have the best training possible to go out there and do the job for our residents. It's especially a proud night, not only for your parents, but for me too. I think you're Latino. I'm Latina, so for me it's like, yay. Also because Hispanic Heritage Month starts September 15th through October 15th, so I think it's a little bit of an extra special night, and because you grew up in our township, and I think for me especially, and I know that the rest of my councilmates feel the same way, whenever we swear in a police officer that has grown in our township is extra special because it shows that the children of our township grow up and want to give back to their community. And I think when you grow up in a community, you live in the community, you tend to want what's best for your community, so you're always going to go out there and do your best. I, along with my councilmates, are deeply appreciative of the work that all of our first responders do, police officers, firemen, EMT. And again, this is a special night, and anytime that we acknowledge the work that you guys do or swear in a new police officers is always special to us. God bless you, and I hope that you all have a safe and wonderful night. Thank you.
Should all rise for the pledge to the flag? I'll pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If we'd all remain standing for a moment of silence for those who are serving us here and abroad.
Notice requirements of the Open Public Meeting Law have been satisfied concerning this meeting. The annual notice was published on October 2nd, 2023. October 6th, I apologize. A copy of the schedule is posted on the municipal bulletin board and should be so noted in the minutes of this meeting. Councilman Bauer. Here. Councilwoman DeJesus.
Here.
Councilman Ficarra. Here. Councilwoman McAuliffe. Councilwoman Meehan.
Here.
Councilman Patel.
Here.
Councilman Small.
Here.
Vice President Spiller.
Here.
And President Anderson.
Here.
Can I get a motion to approve the minutes from August 20th and August 13th?
Motion.
Second.
Questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Beginning with letter A, which is the only second reading ordinance on this evening, it's an ordinance authorizing the acceptance of a deed for 96 Pittman Avenue for drainage improvements. Can I get a motion that this ordinance be taken up on second and third reading and the public hearing be open?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The public hearing is now open on this ordinance only listed as letter A. Hearing no comment from the public, can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed, the ordinance be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. You next have ordinances under first reading listed as B, C, D, E, and F. Can I get a motion that these ordinances be passed on first reading, published in the Home News Tribune on Friday, September 6, 2024, with notice of public hearing to be held on Tuesday, September 17, 2024, at 6 p.m.?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Mr. President, before you, you have 18 resolutions listed. Could I get a motion to approve 1 through 18 by consent?
Motion.
Second.
Any comments or questions from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
We will now go into our public portion part of the meeting. When approaching the microphone, please state your name and what section of town or the state that you live in. You have a one-time opportunity to speak up to 5 minutes. All videotaping must be done from that area that's marked off. And we just ask that you be respectful for decorum purposes of everyone. And if you have any signs, you cannot be left in the aisle where it could cause a hazard. It would have to be held or have to be in a chair. I will give you a 1-minute warning. Is there anyone that would like to speak tonight? Go ahead, you can just go right.
Hello,
Hello?
my name is Jessica Mayer Vivinetto.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
I'm Jessica Mayer Vivinetto, and I live on Jansen Avenue in Avenel.
Sure.
I've been here for 10 years in this township. And I came tonight because I'm saddened and I'm angry that Sequest Woodbridge is still open and fully operating, despite the fact that 100 animals have died there since 2019. Sequest has repeatedly failed to provide proper enclosures, resulting in illness, injury, and death. Animals are escaping their enclosures. Overcrowded conditions are causing fighting, injury, and death. Some animals have been burned by their heat lamps. Recent reports document that animals have been kept in roach-infested dog crates, and the otters are escaping their enclosures. Proper vet care is not being provided. Just recently, the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection put Woodbridge Sequest on indefinite probation, preventing them from acquiring new wildlife, yet they recently acquired a garter snake and a tokay gecko. What is the purpose of the probation if they are still allowed to purchase animals? George, who is the solitary pig, needs to be released to sanctuary. Pigs need other pigs, fresh air, an adequate diet, and sunlight. To hold him in this unnatural concrete pen, devoid of all things he needs to thrive, is nothing but torture. Woodbridge Township should be assisting the Department of Fish and Wildlife and the USDA in handling this. If you know all of these issues are happening, shouldn't you be doing everything that you can to assist those agencies? This is my town too, and I don't want this here. We should not be parts of news reports and newspaper articles that we're harboring a company that has a clear track record of neglect, abuse, and death. Woodbridge is supporting a business that is under the advisement of an unethical, convicted wild trafficker. In today's world, there is no reason why speciesism is what children are being taught. These animals are not props. They do not want to be touched and held and fed snacks from a gumball machine. I think Woodbridge should support its residents. We don't want this here. We've been protesting. We will continue to make noise. We will continue our protests outside of the mall every 2 weeks. We will continue to educate the public, and we will continue to put Woodbridge Township into the news as a town that allows a place that has neglect, abuse, and death to be here. On my final note, Woodbridge aims to enhance the quality of life within our township. However, we still face challenges such as excessive speeding on side streets and motels accommodating individuals with criminal histories, including sex offenders. Keeping Sequest open perpetuates animal abuse and cruelty and only further tarnishes Woodbridge's reputation. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
Are there any other comments this evening?
Good evening. My name is Dr. Nicole Paternoster, and I stand before you as a concerned citizen of Woodbridge from the Avenel section. I've
From
been here
Avenel.
for 15 years.
Okay.
Yes. So I stand here as a voice for the voiceless, the animals suffering at Sequest. I'm here to urge you to assist in any way possible to close down this facility and put an end to the pain and mistreatment happening within its walls. Sequest promises a magical experience, a chance to connect with marine life and other animals up close. But the reality is far from magical. Behind the glass enclosures and friendly advertisements, there is a story of cruelty, neglect, and suffering. Countless reports and videos have surfaced showing animals living in habitats not built to proper husbandry standards, deprived of proper care, and left to suffer in silence. These are beings capable of feeling fear, stress, and pain, yet they are treated as mere objects for entertainment. Each of these creatures has a life that matters, a life that is being slowly eroded away by the conditions they endure at Sequest. This isn't just about legal violations. This is about our humanity. Every day that we allow this facility to operate, we condone suffering. We tell our children that it's okay to exploit living beings for profit, and that it is acceptable to disregard the needs and rights of those who cannot speak for themselves. Sequest in Woodbridge represents a stain on our community, a place where both animals and people are put at risk. We have a moral duty to act now, to shut down this facility and send a clear message that Woodbridge is a community that values compassion over cruelty, ethics over exploitation. I urge you, members of the council, to look into your hearts and ask yourself if this is what we want for our town. To be known as a place that turns a blind eye to suffering, or do we want to be a community that stands up for what is right, that protects those who are vulnerable, that lead by example? The animals at Sequest cannot speak for themselves, but we can speak for them. Let us choose to be their voice. Please help us close down Sequest and show the world that Woodbridge is a community that stands for kindness, respect, and justice. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
Maxine King from Woodbridge proper, 40 years, resident. I don't have a written speech, but I am heartbroken since May 9th when I visited Sequest for my granddaughter's birthday. I had no idea that I would see such a horror show. And I was further frustrated by when I called Woodbridge Animal Control to find out a phone number where I could call to make complaints about the care of the animals and treatment they got. Woodbridge Animal Shelter did not have any number of this partner state office that would have jurisdiction over that business. I asked for the supervisor, and the supervisor was not available to give me any phone number. That's unconscionable. Woodbridge Animal Control should be helpful to try to secure the safety for our animal friends. I had some complaints, especially about the koi on May 9th. There were so many fish in the tank, and they seemed to be so hungry that they were popping up to get the food. Children had to use the machine to get food to throw to them. The big fish were in the middle because they were the strongest, and they were all shoulder to shoulder, rising up to grab the food, and the medium size, and then the small ones on the outside ring. It seemed like they hadn't been fed. I seen koi in ponds in Paris and other places, and they seem very calm and relaxed, and people can enjoy them. These fish were not to be enjoyed. They were desperate. There were too many fish in the tank. It was jammed. It was like they had multiplied and multiplied, and nobody even noticed. And then there was a chicken, and children kept throwing food to it. Do you know that you can feed a chicken till it dies? It just dies from being overstuffed. There is no reason for this. And the heartbreaker of it all was the sloth. A sloth kept up on a high place, a pole or something. I couldn't even concentrate. He was just hanging there. No fresh air, no sunlight, just eternal darkness. There's something wrong. Somebody needs to go over there and look. And I'm not talking about the state. I'm talking about you people. Somebody should look. That is not entertainment. They have outworn their welcome. We are done with them. And you know what? We'll get rid of them, and tomorrow they'll open up someplace else, unsuspecting, and the business of making money will continue. I mean, if you have to pay $30 to go in and see animal abuse, and
You have 1 minute.
thank you. Paying for to see animal abuse is just wrong. It is heartbreaking. You people need to see this in person. There is no excuse. And your animal shelter should give out the state number and department so people can have a clue who to complain to. You're just letting us down. It's wrong for children. It's wrong for an adult. You have to do something, please. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
Do I need to adjust this higher, or is it?
No, please,
It's
you can
good?
leave it that way.
Okay, cool. My name's Kaylin Whitney. I'm from Dunellen, New Jersey. I'm a former employee, and my name is all over Sequest's website right now on the FAQ page, where it talks about Sequest and ABC News. If you want to know more about that, feel free to ask me later. I can teach you why to take this company with a grain of salt. I worked there from April 2021 to April 2022. Today's actually a special anniversary for Sequest Woodbridge. This is the 3-year anniversary of the parakeet plague of 2021. This is a prime example of why Sequest is not just an animal welfare concern, but it's also a public health concern, a big one. For some context here, we were used to dead birds. We'd lose anywhere between 1 and 3 every single month. It was a disturbing reality we were used to putting up with. Early in September, we lost about 4 in 1 week. Panic immediately sets in. We're trying to figure out what's going on. Birds are dropping dead in front of small children, elders, every kind of thing you could imagine. Their cloacas were impacted with feces. Their skin was pale. Some of them had foaming at their beaks. These birds, I cannot stress enough, were dropping dead in front of children. We begged management to let us close the interaction while we tried to figure out what's happening and we could stabilize the birds. They told us the parakeet feeding interaction was their most profitable interaction in the facility. It was the busiest one, so they can't close it down. It makes too much money. 9 dead birds, 2 weeks. That turned into 14 very, very fast. We begged them to let us at least have people use hand sanitizer before and after the interaction. They told us we can't enforce the use of hand sanitizer. Who is going to say no to that? Who's going to go no when you're like, you want some hand sanitizer, right? So a baby parakeet named Nugget used to live in our back room at one point. He was a little guy, about 4 or 5 months old. He would sit on my head while I was making diets. He would sleep in my shirt. He was a little baby who refused to fly. At one point, he finally figured out how to fly, and they made us put him out into the enclosure. Nugget was number 15. Nugget died in my coworker's hands. He was foaming at the mouth. He was seizing in her hands. We sobbed that night to our manager. Sequest issued a fecal smear for these birds. You're probably wondering if we ever test them. We did, kind of, sort of. Fecal smears are wildly inaccurate for birds. The best way to do this is to do a throat swab. They only tested for bacterial. They did not test viral. They did not test parasitic. They did not test fungal, just bacteria, and it came back negative. Lo and behold, 15 dead birds, by the way, turned into 18. Did you know parakeets, by the way, can spread diseases to humans? There's a lot of them. We had no idea what was making these birds sick. They wouldn't test them any further. It could make someone's daughter deathly ill. It could make someone's immunocompromised grandfather super, super sick. It could kill them in the worst case scenario. There's many examples of where this could go wrong. Psittacosis, which is a type of chlamydia, is notorious in sick birds, and it can spread to humans. It can cause, respiratory failure, hepatitis, arthritis, sepsis. Giardia is a parasitic disease that can spread from from birds to humans when they're sick. And these birds had so many symptoms of Giardia. This is a parasitic disease that can cause diarrhea, fecal issues, all kinds of digestional issues. There's more diseases. That's only 2 of them. 18 dead birds, by the way, eventually turned into 21, less than 30 days. And I remember that number because I counted the freezer full of dead birds. It was putting in number 21, and I counted that freezer myself. There were more than that afterwards. I stopped counting because I got numb to it. This should scare you, like a lot. Sequest actively ignored public health and safety to make $2 per guest interaction, $2 per parakeet interaction.
1 minute for me.
People might have gotten sick. They had no idea it was from the birds. That freezer full of dead parakeets should be evident enough that this place should not be open anymore. There are countless sequests around the country that are closing rapidly. Connecticut just went down, for example. We should be following that. The parakeets are just one example of why it's a public health crisis to keep this facility open. I worked in cockroach-infested facilities. I became numb to the sight of cockroaches. They'd be crawling all over my arms. I was unfazed by my last day there. I became numb to the sight of dead things. I became numb to the smell of iguana feces. I became numb to the smell and sight of literally everything. You don't know what's going on in those back rooms. You guys aren't trained to see what's really going on there. You can't spot the mites on the iguanas. You can't spot the stress sparring on the parrots. You can't spot any of that because you guys aren't trained with animals. But I am, and she is, and many of us are. And we know what's going on in there, and it is not okay. And it is a danger to this public. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
Ladies and gentlemen of the City Council, my name is Kate Seelan. I'm a resident of Trenton, New Jersey, and also a former Sequest employee. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak today. I am here to share my firsthand experience and concerns regarding Sequest Interactive Aquarium, an establishment that has consistently failed in its duty of care both for its animals and its staff. I worked at Sequest from November 2019 to March 2021, a period during which I witnessed profound neglect and mismanagement. As a former employee, I feel a deep responsibility to bring these issues to light. From the outset, the treatment of the animals at Sequest was troubling. Many of the animals I helped transport to that facility, including many of whom were still young animals, have since died under circumstances that were entirely preventable. I have also witnessed severe incidents of animal mismanagement. Guests have been bit by animals such as the trout, which is then exposing open wounds to the unhygienic conditions in those tanks. If you look at those tanks, they are brown. A staff member suffered an incident where she nearly lost an eye to understimulated and mismanaged coatimundis. And another staff member was sent to the ER after mishandling an Asian water monitor Both Asian water monitors that I picked up in 2019 as juveniles are now among the deceased. The facility's issues extend beyond the treatment of the animals. Sequest has neglected the upkeep of its rented space in the Woodbridge Center Mall with rotting walls, mold, and a severe cockroach infestation. This reflects a broader pattern of disregard for the safety and well-being of both animals and humans within this establishment. The trauma I carry from my time in Sequest's brand department is profound. All 5 Peking ducks I transported in 2019 are now dead. An Esmeralda, a green tree python, withered away without eating a single meal during her stay. Starfish were shredded by escaped animals several times. They had to get replacements. A lorikeet with a fungus growing up his body was denied veterinary care, only to be found dead at the bottom of his cage by staff. 2 sloths have now died there, as well as Lady, who was a prehensile tailed porcupine. And the management dismissed her as being just old, despite the fact that she died before her life expectancy. These are stark indicators of the systematic failures at Sequest. It is not an exaggeration to say that Sequest's track record is marked by a disturbing pattern of negligence and mistreatment. The facility's consistent inability to provide appropriate care for its animals and maintain a safe environment for both staff and visitors is deeply alarming. For the sake of the animals who have suffered and died under Sequest's care, for the safety of the staff and guests who have been put at risk, and for the integrity of this community, I urge you to consider shutting down Sequest. The evidence of cruelty and mismanagement is far too great to ignore. You can't shut your eyes to this. Thank you for your attention to this critical matter.
Thank you for your comments, Kate.
Hello, my name is Maria Ivanova from New Brunswick, New Jersey. I'm here today to ask your help in closing down Sequest in Woodbridge. Sequest may look like a fun place, but the truth is that animals there are not treated well. They don't get proper care or enough food. Animals are placed in exhibits that do not allow them to display the natural behaviors. Some animals are even hurt and don't get medical help. This is not right. Animals, just like us, feel pain, fear, and stress. They shouldn't have to suffer so people can make money or have fun. Keeping Sequest open makes it look like Woodbridge doesn't care about well-being of animals. It is supposed to be a kind and caring community, and we should not support a place that causes harm to sentient beings. Closing Sequest will show that we care about animals and about doing the right thing. I ask you, the members of the council, to take action. Please investigate Sequest and take steps to close it down. Let's protect these animals and show that town's commitment to kindness and respect for all living beings. In closing, I want to remind everyone that we have a choice today. We can choose to stand up for what is right and give these animals a chance for better life. Please help close Sequest and make Woodbridge a place that can be proud of. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
I need a height adjustment. Good evening, folks. Council members, members of the audience. My name's Larry White. I send greetings from Monmouth County. I'm an organizer for Voter Choice New Jersey, which is bringing ranked choice voting to the Garden State. My colleagues were here a couple of weeks ago in order to introduce you to the concept of ranked choice voting and the bills that we have currently in the state legislature that would allow for permissive use of ranked choice voting for local and school board elections. I'm here this evening to invite you to experience ranked choice voting. On September 18th, from 7 to 9 p.m., we will be holding an event at the Woodbridge Brewing Company where we will explain how ranked choice voting works and allow you to rank 5 beers that the brew pub will be suggesting to us, and you can experience ranked choice voting for yourselves and have 5 flights of beer in the process. I have flyers about the event with me, and also palm cards with a link to our website so you can see what we're all about and what we're trying to do here in New Jersey. So I'm inviting the entire council to come. You will be receiving email invitations additionally, and we will also be inviting the members of the Board of Education here in Woodbridge to the event as well. Should be a fun time, and I'll be presenting. Who can I deliver this to in order to have this distributed? Bring it up to me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, our clerk.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Hope to see you all on the 18th.
Thank you. Are there any other comments from the public this evening?
Good evening, everybody. John Bertati, Woodbridge. Those people are concerned of wildlife and they think in the world, we know it's a cruelty, we all know that. But again, in Woodbridge Township, we do have ordinance, you're only allowed to have 6 chickens. I don't think who gave those people permits, who they licensed whom, by whom, Board of the Health or anybody else. I know that's a one-of-a-kind business I've been with Woodbridge. My question would be, how would they allow to do it in the first place? Under whose jurisdictions they fall? Is it state, local? I know I want to farm, I know farmers. Each animal, they got anything from chickens to dogs and cats and of course sheep and pigs and livestock, cows. When they have a tag on the ears, if they have to destroy an animal, it has to be reported. If animal is sick, it is reported. I know in Europe we have the veterinarian would come up unexpectedly, inspect the animal without anybody's knowledge. It sounds like it's a very neglected facilities. We all love livestock. We all love all this nature will give us. And it's all because of the money. I keep people making money on it, and as much they can make it. But again, personally, I think it's dangerous to put public on a infested location, especially young children. I do understand kids like to feed animals. To control how much they eat, if you can buy the food, they're going to give it to them. But again, who license they have, who gives them the license? Is what the Board of Health looks over it. Who looks over those people? Maybe those people are coming to you. It's not your so-called jurisdiction. You're not nothing to do with it. It's probably from state down. But again, something has to be done. And if there's anything serious would come out of it, let's hope it doesn't happen in Woodbridge. So I'm supporting what those people stand for. But again, let's look into it and find out who's really responsible that lets them neglect the facilities like that. I bought some fish myself, my fish pond, and go there and they say, well, we don't guarantee them after so many days if fish die, bring it back. Well, question is, did I get sick fish when I bought it? So all those records should be kept, especially if you're exotic animals from foreign countries. You know, if you go to Europe, when you come back here, you can bring any fruit, any kind of live animals, anything like this. How those people think they're smuggled here? How they smuggle? If they do go all the checkup for the, so it doesn't affect our animals over here. So look into it. If it's not, I don't say it's your responsibility. Whoever licensed them, who's overlooking them, if those people are licensed. Again, they should be assigned veterinarians. That be unexpectedly, I don't care, we pay for them or somebody pays for them, like you've got a Board of Health inspectors, they should go there and check those animals for so like any other violation. So I do support them, and for young people like that put so much time into it, that's great because nature is very important. If there's no nature, we won't be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other comments this evening from the public? Here, no other comment. Can I get a motion that the public comment portion be closed?
Motion.
Second.
Favor aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it.
Before we go into our agenda portion, I do want to thank all of the those who came out, took their time out to educate our council on your experience with Sequest and your complaints. I do want to acknowledge that our Public Health Department does work with the Department of Environmental Protection and the New Jersey Fish and Wildlife Division, in which they are regulated. We are aware of the probation that they're under. We're aware that the probation, I believe, ends September 27th, sometime around then. I'm just saying that we're aware of them, aware of the probation, and Woodbridge Township is cooperating the best way they can with the organization that regulates organizations like this. Other than that, we're going to continue as a township to do our part to make sure that businesses in Woodbridge Township operate according to the law. I know that there were some comments regarding our traffic. I will say, ma'am, from, I believe, Jessica from Avenel, we have had residents from Avenel come in recently, and Councilman Spiller has worked with them. We've even had direction changed on some speeding where a road, I believe Chestnut, was changed in the direction from one-way to a one-way to avert that type of speeding that's going on. Our police department responds to every speeding complaint and perform traffic studies, and we also perform where they come out and bring the monitor to show people how fast they're driving. So, but if you have a specific complaint about a specific area, please make it known to us as well. We encourage public comment. I'm sorry that some of you came at the last meeting and were not aware of during the time of the public portion of the meeting, but we do encourage public comment, and we appreciate the information that you're bringing, and we will continue to work with our public health department, which works in turn with the Fish and Wildlife. Thank you very much. We will go into our agenda portion of the meeting. I do want to acknowledge Mayor McCormick and the council for coming out and supporting our Woodbridge Broncos at their pep rally. They kicked off their season this year and this past Sunday, and it was fantastic. Our pep rally had at least 1,000 people there, and we had the full support of our local high schools, and we want to wish those young men and women and children a lot of luck as they enter into their season. If you can, come out and support them. They'll be playing their home games throughout the fall at Colonia High School and also at Woodbridge High School. My agenda portion is in order. I'm going to move over to Council Vice President Spiller.
Thank you, Council President Anderson. Item number 2, the Arts Village. I'd just like to give an update on Curtin's Restaurant, as a few residents have been asking. The restaurant portion will be closed for an unspecified amount of time as the kitchen undergoes remodeling. The bar will be open for special events and any time that there is an event at APAC, the Performing Arts Center. Item number 16, Greenway Family Success Center. The center has some great events and programs in September, especially geared at going back to school. You can find them on their website, Greenway Family Success Center, or on Facebook. You can contact 732-527-3400. Just go online. You can find the calendar and and register for any of the programs. The rest of my agenda is in order, Council President. Thank you to all emergency responders, fire, EMS, our Woodbridge Police Department, CERT, and all of our public works and township employees. God bless America. Thank you.
Councilor Ficaro.
Thank you, Council President. Just a few events I want to mention. First, a thank you for the 27th annual Crossroads Run this past Sunday. We had close to 200 runners, and this was the first time that we worked with the Marissa Tafaro Foundation, and both Greg and his wife were there, and it was a great event. Special thank you goes out to our Recreation Department, Brian Molnar, the director, in particular Bob Tominski and Evelyn Caggiano, who were on site running the event. It was a great event. Our county parks, thank them, Public Works, the police department, and our emergency management, the CERT folks. It was a great event. Joe Ward was there representing the group, and it was just worked out very well. What did you whisper in my ear? Eileen Caggiano. I'm sorry, Eileen. Thank you. Coming up on September 22nd, Sunday, is the 17th annual tour to Woodbridge. We're working with the Boy Scouts once again. There's a 15-mile and a 30-mile run. Check-in is at 7 a.m. at the Woodbridge Community Center. 15-miler starts off first, and the 30-miler goes at 8:15. It's $30 pre-register. You can go to race roster and put in Woodbridge tour to Woodbridge, and it'll come right up. There is a senior barbecue at the community center on September 14th. You have to call the community center to register. Food, music, and prizes. There's a bagels and coffee seminar also at the Woodbridge Community Center on September 18th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at room 214. Finally, this weekend coming up is the Senior Olympics, Woodbridge Township being the home of the Senior Olympics, and we're very excited about that. There's booklets out, but might have a last chance to register for some events. And that's all I have, chock full of healthy things to do in Woodbridge, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you. Before I move over to Councilman Bauer, I did have an update that I had overlooked. This is for our recreation update. The fall rec soccer rosters are being finalized and practices will begin shortly. We have over 1,100 kids registered. Opening weekend will begin September 21st, and our free clinics will begin in October. The fall travel soccer kicks off this weekend for the Colonia and Woodbridge travel programs. Fall rec baseball and softball rosters are being finalized, and practices will begin shortly. We have over 400 kids registered, and opening day will begin in the end of September. Fall travel baseball kicks off this weekend for our Colonia Fords and Woodbridge travel programs. And on October 12th, our sanctioned township travel softball programs, the Colonia Cyclones, will be hosting a one-day softball tournament at Colonia Middle School in honor of Colonia resident Karen Brock. And special thank you to the Parks Department, who have worked tirelessly to prepare our fields for the upcoming season. I'll move over to Councilman Bauer.
Thank you, Council President. My agenda's in order. Just one announcement. School starts tomorrow. Navigating our township streets, be mindful of our children, crossing guards, and school buses. Good luck to all our students, teachers, on their upcoming school year. God bless all our first responders, and God bless America. That's all I have tonight.
Thanks.
Thank you, Council President.
Very important. Councilman Small.
Thank you, Council President. A couple of announcements. Port Reading Fire and EMS will be hosting a trunk or treat on October 24th. That's from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Woodbridge PBA 38 held its golf outing last week. I want to commend Officer Eddie Parfit, who ran the golf outing. Job well done, and the PBA will be donating $5,000 to Angels Play Foundation. National Public Lands Day will be held on September 28th. The light parade is November 30th. And that's about all I have. God bless America. God bless our fire, police, EMS, and Public Works, and all our township employees. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman De Jesus.
Thank you, Council President. I just have a few announcements. First, I would like to congratulate Officers Lage, Van Loo, Detective Monroe for their proclamations and their life-saving actions, and to welcome new Officer Nunez into our police force. May God bless them and keep them safe. Item number 8, the Hispanic Heritage Month. We will be celebrating the Hispanic Festival Saturday, September 21st from 12 to 5 right here on Main Street in front of Town Hall. The Barron Arts Center has Bruce Christensen, The World Through My Lens, a photography exhibit which is on view starting September 5th through September 25th, with the opening reception being September 5th from 6 to 8. And they will also host their 6th annual psychic fair, which will be September 21st from 11 to 5 with a $5 admission. Again, this is all at the Barron Arts Center. You can call 732-634-0413 for more information. I would also like to thank, I wasn't here at last meeting, but we had 2 successful backpack drives in Caseby and Hope Lawn. Thank the Evangel Church, our Woodbridge Police Department, all of the offices from our township that were there. The Caseby Firehouse, the Hope Lawn Firehouse, we, again, were able to outfit a lot of our kids in those areas, but also had a surplus and are able to donate to schools and to families in need. So thank you to everyone that participated in community backpacks. And like Howie said, tomorrow's the first day of school in Woodbridge Township, so I would like to wish all of our teachers, staff, and students a happy, healthy, and successful school year. That is all that I have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Councilwoman Meehan.
Thank you. Going down to number 4 on my agenda, please join, 2 events. Please join us on Saturday, October 12th, for 2 back-to-back charity events. Starting at noon, join us for the 8th Annual Inman Avenue Breast Cancer Awareness Walk. The walk will leave from St. John the Annie's Church parking lot, different than last year, which was at Colonia Middle School, at noon, and will proceed to the Springwood Swim Club. The cost per walker is $10. Immediately following the breast cancer walk, we will be holding our 3rd annual Charity Oktoberfest at the Springwood Swim Club, featuring music from Seven Stone. There will be a beer and wine garden, which is $25 a person, food for sale, pumpkin decorating, face painting, lots of stuff for the kids, gift baskets, and more. The breast cancer walk this year is in memory of Karen Brock and Sharon Zelenk, and all proceeds from the breast cancer walk this year will be donated to Melissa Senzeri, a 32-year-old mom from Colonia, to help with the medical costs of battling breast cancer. All proceeds from the Oktoberfest will be donated to the Leary family of Colonia to help with medical expenses for their young son, Ben, who's battling cancer. Please come out and enjoy these 2 events as we honor and support these families from Colonia. Going down to number 7 on my agenda, Colonia Fire Department. Colonia Fire Department will be holding their open house at the firehouse on Sunday, October 6th from 1 to 4. They invite the community to come out and meet the firefighters, see their equipment, and learn about fire safety. And lastly, just a reminder, please drive carefully like we've all said. School's back in session tomorrow, and wishing the teachers and students and parents and administrators a wonderful and safe school year. That's all I have.
We told them to drive safe when school's out, too, so
I
why
know,
don't
that
we just
you
drive
should
safe
just
all year
drive
round,
safe,
right?
yes.
Yeah, let's go. All right, Councilman Patel.
Yeah, thank you, Council President. Also, my agenda is already in order, but I have a few announcements. I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to the mayor, to the council, to the Woodbridge Police Department, the chief of police department, the chief of public works and his staff members, and all other departments involved for their excellent work in ensuring the success and safety of the 2 major parades which took place on Oak Tree Road in Islin over the past 2 weeks. With thousands of spectators and extra traffic, that teamwork and dedication truly made everything run smoothly. Again, I thank you all for a job that's well done. As we celebrated Labor Day weekend, I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations and best wishes to all the students, parents, teachers, and staff as the new school year begins tomorrow. May this year be safe, healthy, and filled with growth, learning, and success. Again, best wishes to you all. Also this year, the 1947 Production and Entertainment Inc. will host one of the largest Ganesha festivals in the parking lot of the Woodbridge Township Mall, located at 250 Woodbridge Center Drive, Woodbridge. This vibrant celebration will take place on September 7th, 8th, and 9th, honoring Lord Ganesha. This event offers a unique opportunity to experience the rich sights, sounds, and flavors of India while connecting with diverse community. Please be advised that during the evening hours on these days, you may encounter extra traffic on Woodbridge Center Drive. We appreciate your understanding and invite you all to join this joyful celebration. That's all for tonight, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mitch.
Thank you, Mr. President. My agenda is in order.
Ms. Long, Mayor McCormick, you have any comments?
Thank you, Council President. I had a big list tonight, but one by one you picked everything off, so I have nothing left to say. Thank you.
All right, appreciate that.
Thank you, Council President. I have a few things on my agenda this evening. I have a tax and sewer overpayment, I have a tax and court judgment, and I have 100% disabled veteran. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you. Director Hovland.
Thank you, Council President.
Thank you. Director Darden.
Thank you, Council President. Just requested and filing to refund resolution. Thank you.
Thank you. Director Brew.
Thank you, Council President. My agenda's in order. Nothing for tonight.
Nothing this evening, Council President.
Motion?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.